Hey folks, how's it going? I'm just Lance, and I'd like to thank you all for joining me for another video. Anyways, today, this is not just my second video for my channel, this is my first ever on-camera shave. Now, full disclosure, I went ahead and I tried doing this video Sunday night. Came out absolutely horrible. My hat's off to all of you like CDB, Shave Busta, Ken Surfs, all the rest of you guys. It's not quite as easy as just sitting there in front of the camera saying, hey, look at my brand new cool razor or brush or whatever on an unboxing video. Anyway, so I figure we'll go ahead and do this video and see how it comes out. And if it sucks, I'm sorry, just have patience with me. I'm kind of learning, but we're going to go ahead and see how I do. Anyways, today, since this is my first ever on-camera shave, I figured it would only be right to use the very first setup I ever used, or at least as close to it as possible. And that setup is this here razor. Some of you might recognize it, some of you might not. In case you all are sitting back there going, hey, that was the razor the big bald guy from Pawn Stars was plug-in. It is the MicroTouch 1 Butterfly Twist to Open Safety Razor. Now, Mantic, and I've seen some other guys on videos comment that these look like either a Wishi or a Wishi ripoff. I do not know if that is true. I've never held a Wishi. So it may be, it may not, and I've seen both good and bad reviews on this razor. One guy said it fell apart like after the first time he used it. Other guys said it was a great razor. For me, it's been a very reliable, very good razor. So anyways, this was one that got me into it, at least the traditional wet shaving. Anyways, so that's the razor. The blade is, reach up on my little shelf here. These here, you may not recognize them. These are actually personas. The blade doesn't say persona or anything, they're just blank. If I remember correctly, Paul H. said that if he remembered correctly, he's seen people refer to these as Israeli personas. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe, maybe not. Hang on, let me open this door for a little airflow. Here we go. Anyways, but they're a pretty decent blade. When I first got the MicroTouch, it came with 24 Dorco 300S double-edged blades. They gave me a really close shave. Couldn't complain there. However, they just gave me all sorts of horrible irritation. So I saw one guy, I can't remember the name of his channel, but he was talking about the blades I just showed you that he picked up at the dollar store, $1 for 5 of them. So my girlfriend, she went out and she picked them up for me, and now that was back in 2014. I don't know if the dollar store carries them anymore. If you have a dollar store nearby you, you might be able to find them, you might not. So anyways, since I've already used the blade once, don't want to throw it out. A little blade tin. I always keep in that blade tin, I keep my double-edged blades that I'm using, whatever double-edged blade I'm using at the time, gym blade, and I always keep one backup DE blade in it, because there is nothing worse than going ahead and being in the middle of a shave and your blade give out. So we'll load the razor real quick. Alright, the brush today is not my very first brush. It is, however, the very first brush I used on a regular basis. It's this one, the Vanderhagen 4 brush. My first brush, that was when I first started watching the wet shaving videos, I saw Geo Fatboy and all these other YouTubers. I even saw the Art of Shaving video on how to wet shave, and they all went on about Badger brushes. Badger. Well, I was a newbie. I had absolutely no idea about the different grades of Badger hair. So I was looking online. I was on Target's website, and I picked up my first puck of soap, which was Vanderhagen Deluxe or Luxury, I can't remember which, and a brush. I was like to my girlfriend, "Hey babe, here is a Vanderhagen pure Badger brush for like 13 bucks. It was on sale." So we ordered that. I got it. It was like cool. It looked all right when it was dry. But when it got wet, oh gee, I don't even think a full box of Viagra would have got that brush to stand back up. It was scratchy. It was just a horrible brush. I got rid of it as soon as I could, and I got this Vanderhagen 4 brush. If you are brand new at this and you've never had a Badger brush, or you're thinking about getting into this and you want to get a Badger brush, whatever you do, do not get the Vanderhagen pure Badger brush. You will regret it. And then the soap I used for the first time, like I said, was Vanderhagen. Now, at the time I didn't have this. This came in the Vanderhagen shave set my mother got me for a gift. In here is a Vanderhagen puck. It is not the deluxe or the luxury, but hey, it works. So anyways, let's go ahead and let's load the brush up and get this show on the road. Shut the door. I don't want to wake up my kid. He's 3 years old. He's taking a nap right now. He's a great kid. In fact, this is his brush. I asked him, I said, "Hey Michael, can I borrow your brush for my shave?" And he said, "Yeah," because I got the Razor Rock 24 millimeter, the soft barber handle brush. And my son saw that one and he was like, "I want a brush." So I said, "Okay, fine." So I gave him this one here. And, 3 years old, he knows what a razor is, knows what a shaving brush is. He even knows what my shaved in is. I say, "Son, what's that?" and point at it. And he's all, "Shaved in?" I'm like, all right. He likes watching me shave, and there'll be some videos in the future where he does it or sits in here with me and watches. Yeah, that's a good load. So anyways, I'm gonna wet the face and I'll be right back. Anyways, I've wet my face with warm water. By the way, just got out of the shower, so hang on, I gotta get a little soap off my handle. So my whiskers is well hydrated. My last shave was Sunday night, so it's the 3rd day of growth. Also too, if you're new at this, you notice I'm not swirling like some guys on their videos do. You don't need to do that. You really don't. That's just going to kill your brush off. But anyways, I want to do a couple of shout outs to some of my very first subscribers. So if you're watching, my brother Curtis, who lives about an 8-minute drive away, and my friend Christian, who lives out in Hesperia. How you guys doing? I don't know if they're the same guy. I went ahead and I've got 2 other YouTube channels subscribed. I've got a couple of YouTube channels subscribed to me, a few. But 2 of them is Nick Searles and Searles Shaves. I didn't get a chance to really check out Nick Searles' channel yet. I did subscribe to it real quick, but I didn't get a chance to check out his videos. He had an interesting video that came up where he's doing something with a guitar neck. But anyways, him and Searles Shaves, it sounds like the same guy. I might be wrong. If I am, I'm sorry guys. If not, then cool, welcome. And a shout out to Mel of Warhawks World. Mel, I'm absolutely loving that Gillette Fat Handle Tech I got from you as a piff. It's one of my favorite razors, man. And Also to a gentleman, I can't remember your last name. He has a channel. His name is Michael. Anyways, so shout out to all of you. And by the way, my friend Christian out in Hesperia, he has an item, a wet shaving item that he got. He does not like it. He's only used it once. It's a $60 item. And he's sending it right now on its way here to my house, which he asked me if I would piff it out to somebody on one of my videos. So, you know, stay on the lookout for that. That should be interesting. So let's go ahead and let's start our shave with the growth. These Persona unbranded blades, they really cut nice. They're smooth. They're great. Anyway, so yeah, so he's looking forward to that being gone to somebody that would appreciate it. I won't say what it is, not yet, but it's something that somebody will definitely get good use out of. Maybe a noob might like it and, you know, win it. I don't know. But anyways, but anyhow, so anyways, there was also a fellow on Razor and Brush by the name of Matt that when he saw my video, I guess he went ahead and he missed the part about me being blind in the video. But anyhow, he said that I looked as though maybe I had some form of blindness or facial paralysis. And I told him in my next video I would explain a little bit about my blindness. So anyway, I'm going to do that today. And if you all notice me having a little bit of a shake, when I was 3 years old, my older brother hit me in the head with a baseball bat by accident, split me open in front, took 28 stitches to fix it, and my hands have shaken for years. They have no idea what it might be from. Could be from coffee. I don't drink coffee like I used to. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, so it can't be that. Or it could be contributed to the whack from the baseball bat, or maybe I fell on my head too hard as a kid. So anyways, I'm gonna rinse off. I'll be right back for pass 2. So anyways, like I said, my vision, when I was a little bitty guy, we lived on Fort Leonard Wood, which is outside of Jefferson City, Missouri, if I remember correctly. We lived there until I was 3. My mom was married to my stepfather, and he was a United States Army Airborne Ranger. Yeah, if I remember correctly, at least on the Medal of Good Conduct that I had from him, it showed the emblem of a screaming eagle. So I don't know if he was part of the, I think the 89th Airborne Regiment was the Screaming Eagles. I can't remember at this time, or if that was just a normal, or I can't remember if that's just a normal Ranger insignia. But anyways, my grandmother and grandfather was visiting us when I was 9 months old. And my grandmother told my mom, she said, "You might want to have Lance's eyes checked, because I think there's something wrong with them." Well, anyways, because I was bumping into a lot of stuff. So my mom was having access to military doctors going across the grain, but here on the neck, I just go up. Because here in the middle, it's funny, my hair grows down, and then on the sides, it grows at an angle here, at an angle here, like a dang little arrow. So I just go up. Anyways, my mom took me in. They tested my eyes and found I had glaucoma. So yeah, I was born with congenital glaucoma. And but that hasn't really stopped me much in a lot of things. I've gone river rafting down the Kern River. In high school I did that. I used to go horseback riding whenever I could. You might kind of cringe when you hear this. I've driven cars on back roads, so don't think I got in the freeway and went flying down the highway doing 95 miles an hour in a Camaro, which me and a girlfriend did have a nice Camaro 280Z, excuse me, 78 Z28. Need a little bit of body work, but other than a messed up fender and a cracked windshield, it was great until the timing belt went and we had to get rid of it because we couldn't afford to fix it. Anyways, and I also, for a couple of years until I got run in with the wrong crowd and start living a lifestyle that nobody wants to live, or at least no parent wants their kid to live. I was into, I know you're gonna cringe, I was into deer hunting. At the time, I had a Marlin 336 CS gold trigger. That was the model of the gun. And then, like I said, started running with the wrong crowd. I know I'm going against the grain on my chin and my lip. Why I did that, I don't know. I'm not always a 3-pass guy, so, you know. So. And I went up. I'll just do a second pass. Because it didn't get it all. I'll just do a second across the grain pass. Why I did an up against grain, I don't know. Okay. I'll be back for pass 3. Anyways, let's do pass 3, but this time across the grain. Why not? It's my face. I can shape it however I want. But anyways, you know, got my life straightened out, and went ahead and went to try to get back in deer hunting, and then my vision went. I had the gun, which was a Marlin lever action. I can't remember the model series or anything, but it was a 35 caliber lever action rifle. I bought off my friend because he's not with us anymore. He was drunk and shot himself in the leg with it. And he wanted it back, so I sold it to him. So yeah, I gave Barney Fife a loaded gun. At least that night he was a Barney Fife. So yeah, you know, because I told my girlfriend at the time, when I told her, I said, there's no way I can go deer hunting. She said, you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm positive, because even though I'm blind, I took my firearms very, very seriously. I do go out shooting occasionally when my brother from Kentucky comes out, but you know, he's extremely safe gun handler. And I told my girlfriend, I said, there's no way I'm going out in the field and with a rifle, even if my friend said, yeah, Lance, right over there is a deer. There's no way I would, even if I could still see the deer somewhat through a scope, there's no way I would ever fire on a deer or fire anything other than towards targets when I don't know with 100% certainty there's not another human being in that direction. At least targets, you know, where we would go target shooting. Going against grain are good. You know, out in the middle of nowhere. So, pretty safe, but when you're out deer hunting, you never know who's going to pop up. And I'm not going to, you know, risk there being a hunter out of sight, because at the end of the day, I couldn't tell the judge, well, my friend told me there was nobody there. Judge would be like, what the hell are you doing? When you can barely see. What are you doing out in the field hunting? So, you know, I gave up that. But we got me a big screen TV, and so I could still play my video games, and finally my sight got too bad for even that. And, you know, now I got wet shaving as a hobby. And, you know, I still go fishing, but I got wet shaving as a hobby, and it's pretty cool. I've got 20 razors, most of which are vintage. A little less than, you know, like 7 or 8, like 6 or 7 brushes, and close to a dozen soaps. And I got really cool shaved in, which is an oak china cabinet with mirrored back glass shelves. It lights up. And my girlfriend saw that, you know, we scored on it. She saw that and said, I saw something that'd be perfect for your den. And she took me to it. I checked it out, and I was like, perfect. And it's the coolest piece of furniture I've ever owned. But then again, it holds all my shave gear. So anyhow, one moment, let me go ahead and rinse off real quick, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm going to fill around my face. Yeah, just a little bit there. A little bit under there. Anyways, I'm going to try going to college. That didn't work out because where I learnt Braille, because of whatever circumstances, unfortunately, I never learned the Nimith, what's called the Nimith code, which is mathematics and Braille. And math was my best subject in high school, but unfortunately, as you get up in algebra, especially when you want a computer science degree, or any degree, you gotta do certain levels of math, and well, you just can't keep all that straight in your head. So, had to drop out. But now I'm a stay-at-home dad. My girlfriend, she takes care of my niece. I have an income. She takes care of my niece, and she gets paid for it. So, or we get, well, she mainly gets paid for it. I help here and there, as much as I can, or as much as she needs me to, and it's cool. So, but I figured, what the heck, might as well do a YouTube channel. So I'm having fun with it so far. Even though this is my second video, I look forward to making many more. Anyways, if you're new at this, what I just did, don't do it. Unless you have really tough skin, or you know your face is nice and slick, don't do it. Now, Chris Bailey, I have heard, and trust me, I respect the man a whole lot. He was one of the first channels in the land of YouTube I subscribed to. I learned a lot from the guy. And he has said that Vanderhagen, he calls it crappy soap. And that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm not him and he's not me. For me, Vanderhagen is a great soap. But for him, it is not. Artisan soaps are much better. But hey, Vanderhagen comes in a pinch. Now, if you told me, said I only got one soap to choose from for the rest of my life, one brand, what would it be? Sure wouldn't be Vanderhagen. I don't know why it'd be, but it wouldn't be Vanderhagen. Anyways, I'm getting to the alum. Not a lot of stinging today from the alum. It's been a while since I used that setup and that blade. And when I first used it the other night, I thought, gosh, that is a really good blade. And I kind of forgot. You know, I've been getting into the Astras and the Persona Reds and stuff like that. So, you know, anyways, let that set for about 30 seconds. So, you know, that's pretty much my story with my blindness. And you know, blindness is one of those things that you can either love or hate. If you hate it, if you are blind and you hate it, you're going to have a suck life. I learned that firsthand when my sight went so quickly. But, you know, if you love it because it's part of who you are and part of what makes you you and what makes you different than everybody else, you can have fun with it. I mean, I mess around on my computer. I can navigate a room with the lights turned out in the middle of the night. And I've got a beautiful guide dog named Herbie who is 10 years old now. We just had a visit from the guide dog school and to make sure he was still able to work. And him and I, we passed with flying colors. So looks like I'm going to get to keep him for a while. Maybe one of these times I'll make a short little video and pop it in. Either that or just make a short little video showing them. And oh, by the way, if any of you out there have any questions about blindness, if you know somebody who is blind and you ever have any questions about blindness or whatever, feel free to email me at justlance59@gmail.com, or go ahead and comment on my video, you know, because I can respond to those because I'm not, you know, I don't have thousands of subscribers yet. Anyway, so let me rinse this off real quick. I find that using a washcloth for that works out much better than, you know, just splashing water on my face. Pat off. Okay, so what are we going to do for the post shave? We're going to use cheapo Dollar General witch hazel. I know Chris Bailey, he loves the Thayers. But Chris, if you're watching, I got some bad news for you, man. It's not magic because it's made by witches, because it would be called witch's hazel. There's only one witch. Her name is Hazel. What makes it? She's hard at work right now, pumping it out for Thayers, Humphreys, and everybody else. Yeah, I know that joke sucked. Go ahead and groan all you want. Anyways, so there's the witch hazel. But yeah, like I said, I don't mind the cheapo dollar store or Dollar General brand. This is like 2 something. It don't smell the greatest, but the smell don't last on your face long. I don't know if it's any worse or any better than Thayers or Humphreys or anything like that, but for me, it works good. Kind of, you know, sterilizes any thing that maybe the alum might have missed. Now, as far as my aftershave, my girlfriend got this for me at the dollar store. I don't know if that's the front or if that is. It's called aftershave. Nothing else, aftershave. The #1 ingredient is water so it don't burn. Now, if you're doing this and you want an aftershave that really bites, get Adidas. Its first ingredient is alcohol, and I think there's a lot of it in there because when I put it on, it lights me up. To me, this stuff smells kind of a little bit like Chaps cologne, which I really enjoy. Had a bottle. I'm out. One of these times I need to get some more. Yeah. But that's nice. What the hell? But yeah, so It works good for me. I like it. I don't have any of the artisan aftershaves yet. I plan on getting some, but at this time, I just don't. So that was aftershave at a dollar store. And then finally, to cool any slight irritation I might have, Nivea for sensitive skin. During the summertime, I like the cooling formula because it's got menthol in it. And it just cools you off real quick. Let's get a touch of that. And I like it. I saw Nick Shades talking about it. He was one of the ones I subscribed to early on too. And I sat there and thought, yeah, I don't like irritation because, you know, when I first got into it, it was in damn Darko blades that was tearing me up. So that really helped with this. This really helped with it. And then after I switched to the Personas and all the other better blades, Astras, all that, it started working much better. Less irritation, but I still like it. It makes my skin feel good. Anyways, so that was the shave. Let's take a look at what we got. The gear was Micro Touch 1 Butterfly Twist Open Safety Razor.